If you're looking to move to Eastern Europe, I would recommend you consider Ukraine as one of the cheapest and most underrated countries in Europe. Though comments about the quality of life can be controversial depending on your lifestyle, the country seems to be moving in the right direction and there's potential to improve their LGBT community support, infrastructure, healthcare, and customer service. Hello my beautiful followers, thank you for being here on another video of the Therapist Nomad. In today's video we're going to talk about living expenses in Ukraine, and with that I want to say that this is a perfect opportunity for you to subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up if you like videos about traveling. I decided to do a video on living expenses in Ukraine because I had the opportunity to stay in Kyiv for a month. That being said, I got the opportunity to see what it's really like to live here in terms of doing groceries, going to the gym, eating out, entertainment, and just regular living expenses. Let's get into the video. Alright, so when it comes to living expenses, I'm going to be talking about rent, food, entertainment, and transportation. I would like to start with my Airbnb. We rented an apartment that has one room, one bathroom, a big living room, and full kitchen. It also has a small balcony. It's very comfortable for the two of us. Each of us have a space to work and also sleep and hang out and all of that. It has all of the utilities, including 5G technology for the internet and AC, and the price of this apartment for the month during the summer at least is about $1,300. Based on my research, apartments can get a little bit higher in price during the winter just because the electricity goes up for the use of the heaters, so keep that in mind. The price of this apartment may change. Now, something that I do want to mention with this stay is that the internet has not been completely reliable. Every time there's work happening on the street, it seems to just break for a few minutes, sometimes even an hour. So that was a consistent problem that we had. It was a situation that was very outside of the control of our Airbnb host and even the provider, so it was not pleasant, but that's how it is around here. Other Airbnb options that are maybe not inside the center of Kyiv can be a little cheaper, so you can find places for about like $700 a month. Besides Airbnb, there are other, I think, better options for longer stays, and in those cases usually one apartment could be around like the $600 a month in the city, which is not bad at all. Apartments outside of the center of Kyiv can be even cheaper than that. Not sure if you have to do a yearly contract for that, but that's a pretty good price. When it comes to utility, the average person in Kyiv spends about $100 in electricity, internet, and water. Once again, keep in mind that this is not during the winter. The bill goes a little higher during winter time, and you have to pay for the service regardless of the use of the heaters. The rent is going to differ depending on the season. And I read an interesting fact that I wanted to share with you. Apparently, the rent in Ukraine is on average 72% lower than it is in the US. And specifically in Kyiv, rent is 84% lower than it is in New York. Now let's talk about my favorite topic, food. When it comes to food, going to the grocery store has been an amazing adventure here. At least the supermarket that we go to is huge. They have a full crazy variety of beer, wine. They even have their own kitchens inside the supermarket, so you can get fresh pizza, noodles, sushi, Ukrainian food. I don't know, there's so much to eat there. It's fantastic. You guys have to go. Obviously, grocery shopping for me means that I'm going to be buying protein like chicken, salmon, turkey, and then vegetables, condiments, probably a snack, and a bottle of wine. So on average, enough food for 2 people for about 2 to 3 days was about $30, which I think is really good, very affordable. When it comes to restaurants, which is something that Nico and I do a lot because we do love food so much, and we eat once a day, so we gotta make sure that everything we eat is delicious. I would say that the moderate / expensive places are about $30 to $50 for 2 people. Then moderate places are about like I would say like $15 to $20 for 2 people, and cheap places are below that. So $10 or less for 2 people. We went to one expensive restaurant. It was an Italian restaurant in a mall that's a bit fancy, and in there we spent $100 flat, I would say, and we ate a lot. Like usually Nico and I order 3 main courses because again we eat a lot. We had about 6 drinks and dessert, and we spent $100. That amount of food in Miami would have been $200 or more. Okay, so here we have my chicken and cauliflower curry with this super cool blue rice, and I like to mix it, obviously. Let's see. Okay, this is gonna have to be a big bite. I'm ready. Metro is super cheap. I think Nico and I spent like 60 cents for a one-way trip or less. I even want to say less because I don't remember for sure, but I think it was less than that. Don't quote me on that, but just know that it's for sure less than $1 one-way trip for 2 people. Now, the only thing that I don't love about the Metro though is that it is very deep, and I'm not used to that. Like, we were literally standing on the electric stairs for 5 to 10 minutes. Like, okay, it's deeper. I felt like we spent more time on those stairs than traveling in the Metro. Also had another experience in which in here, to enter the Metro station, the doors are open instead of closed, right? Like usually you walk to 2 places, doors are closed, but here the doors are open, so if you put the ticket wrong, it closes on you. So it hit me like 3 times because I was putting the ticket wrong. It was funny. I think some people around me were making fun of me, but that's okay. Other forms of transportation include Uber, which is what we've been using the whole time because it's extremely cheap. Usually Ubers from the airport to the city are very expensive. Oh, that's like the most painful amount of money that we have to put every time we get into the city. I don't like that. But surprisingly, we took an Uber from the airport to the center of the city, and it was $4. Since then, I got very excited, and all we've been doing is Uber. Something that can be like a 20-minute drive, equivalent to like an hour or more walking, would cost us like $3. We haven't taken any buses here in the city of Kyiv, but I'm assuming it's pretty cheap too. Keep in mind that if you buy the Metro pass for the whole month, it's about $4. Average person can spend about $7 for one alcoholic drink in a nice bar or a nice club. Beer can definitely be a little cheaper than that, but I'm talking about like a glass of wine or a cocktail. We did not go clubbing at all here in the city of Kyiv, so I wouldn't be able to tell you how much it is, but based on my readings from other bloggers that have, you know, gone partying here in Kyiv, they say that it can be like in any other place. You can spend about $100 for like a fun night out drinking. And I also noticed that a lot of places here, like nightclubs, do charge a cover, so there's a fee at the entrance, usually cheaper for the girls and a little more expensive for the guys. But again, I can't say that this is for sure because I didn't experience it. It's just based on my readings. Movie tickets are about $3 to $7 depending on where you go and what sit you get. But I would say that it can be really hard to find a movie in English. They don't offer them consistently or at regular times. So if you get lucky, you can go to the movies. Other expenses that I think are important to mention about, you know, people's lifestyles is the gym. We went to several gyms in the area, so in the center of Kyiv, and it was a little bit challenging to find a regular gym that could have us there for just 1 month. Most of the memberships were very strict and they would only let you choose the whole year. We didn't even ask for prices, to be honest, which was our mistake because, listen to this, ironically, paying for a whole year of a gym membership is cheaper than paying for 1 month. We went to this gym called Sky Fitness, which is amazing. I mean, I love the gym. It has a pool, it has all the machinery that you can imagine that you need. Very modern and very well put. Everything feels excellent in the place. Is very clean. It has a nice cafeteria, boxing area, yoga area. Again, it has an amazing pool, showers, sauna. It has everything. It's a wonderful, wonderful gym. But it costs about $300 a month, which I think is really expensive. I did speak to another YouTuber who lives here in Kyiv, and he told me that you can find gyms for $100 for the whole year. Shame on us. So let's put things into perspective. Let's say that you find a 1-1 apartment for about $600 a month. Oh, and your utilities, which are going to be around $100, and then you get a year membership for the gym for $100 per year. On top of that, you buy your monthly Metro Pass for $4, and you go out to have like a nice dinner and some drinks once a week. There you spend about, let's say, $30 per week. That means that you're going to be needing a total of around $800 per month to live in Ukraine, which is an amazing deal compared to apartments in Miami that are about $1,500 for a 1-1. There you go. Alright guys, so that's about it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you in a few weeks in Italy.